Test.
Hello, hello, welcome in. I still need to figure out some of my settings, but I think everything should be working today. I think I fixed the problem with music from yesterday. I don't know. We'll see. Yeah, back in Kerbal Space Program today. I'm gonna be continuing with my crewed Mars mission. Yeah, should be working real. Uh, yeah, I'm not confident that it will be working. Uh, I think it will be working. So, yeah. I will go ahead and come on. Why is my? There we go. Sounds good. Yeah, the overworld rail system definitely needs expanding. I did not. That sounds less than optimal. Perfect. All right. I think. Yeah. Thursday I'll be back on there. I'm gonna be working on my cave base again. Oh. Um. I don't think it's supposed to do that. The vehicle's on fire. Yeah, you think? Yeah, I figured the fire wasn't supposed to be there. I wonder what happened. It almost seems like, I don't know, is that like a propellant line coming down from that upper tank? Because it seems like that's what was on fire. Yeah, I'm surprised. I mean, it's probably not aluminum. Serenity, orbiting Mars. Sly. What's the propellant on that? Probably LOX RP1, honestly. That's a pretty easy to work with combination. Mm. LOX methane is harder to deal with. That's pretty cool. Okay, it's loading very slowly. Probably because it's rendering in the vessel. Hopefully. Hopefully we don't have another technical difficulty stream. Facecam is locked up. Uh-oh. Is my mouse moving? Okay, the rest of the stream is fine. Okay. Let me... Wouldn't be a stream without technical difficulties. It's working now, I think. Yeah, I think it's working. All right. So we're in orbit. Let's spend about... Well, let's look at a return window first. Origin, Mars. Destination, Earth. Welcome in, Taco. How goes it? Final orbit, 5.2. Fair. Okay, that's in... How many days is that in? That's in a year and 90 days. Ugh. That's gotta be annoying. Injection LAN. Okay, I'm gonna need a big change LAN. Ugh, I hate that sound. Oh, frickin'. Okay, my monitors are all goofed. Oh no, that's gonna break KSP, isn't it? Please no, please no, please no, please no. It did. Okay, let's get rid of this screen. And that put my computer to sleep. Lovely. Okay, my computer is very much broken. Yeah, I am breaking things, not on purpose. I need to figure out how to get my desktop. No, I don't want the game to go over back to that screen. Settings. Every time I play this stupid game. Did it just fix itself? No, it didn't. Yeah, I know, everything is broken. At least stream didn't crash. But now my problem is I've got the game on a different monitor. And because KSP is so janky, I don't know how to get it back. Shift right click the taskbar button and choose move. All right. Well, I guess we're just gonna be troubleshooting stuff for a few minutes here. Windows key down arrow. Space. Minimize the freaking taskbar. Can minimize windows, right? Minimize. Okay. Now how do I bring it to my main? Shift right click on the taskbar button and okay. Shift right click. Okay, this is so frustrating. Windows key. Right click. No, that's I don't want to relaunch the game because it takes like 15 minutes to relaunch. Windows key shift left or right arrow. Okay. Maybe. Refresh that. Okay, music's back. Okay, that's promising. Ugh, rip. I assumed it was bad, but I was hoping. I'm almost afraid to know what kind of bad. All right. We don't want that node for now, but that'll work. Okay, so we've got that. Okay, is everything fixed? Camera's working. OBS didn't crash. That's working. That's working. Music is working. I think I fixed it by some sheer force of luck. Okay. So we have a 1-year Surface stay available. So let's see. Let's wait 30 days before we land. Let's wait 30 days. And we'll now warp to then. I want to focus on Mars. There we go. Oof. Well, we've only got 2 more years. That sounds like a long time when I say it that way. Is it 3? Yeah, I guess technically. 2 sounds better, though. All right, close alarm. All right, let's start looking at a landing window. That's true. That would actually be really funny. Somebody should make a KSP mod for that. Yeah, but the other, yeah, 50% chance to get a massive debuff or 50% chance to get a huge buff. Although the debuff would always be bigger than the buff. All right, we can close Kerbal alarm clock. Let's get a landing. So this is my landing site. So just, I don't even know anymore. Um, change perigee. $3,600. That'll give us enough time. What the heck? That's just ridiculous. All right, standing by for engine ignition. Ignition. If it did, it needs to get out of my playlist. I don't think it did. I'll have to check that. Hang on. Let me look up the lyrics. It did not. I just looked up the lyrics. Where is it? There is the official lyrics. What was that? Oh, right. Now I have the difficult task of transferring the crew. Ugh. All right. Let's transfer the pilot first. Actually, let's turn off RCS. Yeah, I can see how you could hear that. Yeah, I had to look it up. All right, which way is the airlock? That's not the airlock. This isn't the airlock. This might be the airlock. Nope, that's not the airlock either. I am gonna close these hatches just so that they're not in the way. This is the airlock. How do we rotate? That's caps lock. How do we rotate these? I need to pitch down. How to... Q and E to rotate. Oh, hold left mouse. Okay. Oh, spacebar aligns. Okay. Lovely. Okay, that's clearly not working. Holding the left mouse button. Space. It says space. That's clearly incorrect. Yeah. Whatever. All right. Honestly, fair. Let's go EVA. Now I need view. Oh no, that's how everything broke last time. Ah, frick. Well, it's not the music breaking today, it's the webcam. Okay, it's back. Did my music break again? Yep. Frick you, Spotify. Why does everything break? I tested the music for like 3 hours today, and it didn't break. Yeah. Bigger than that one from the other day. Nope, it's not that one. It's not that one. It's this one. Oh, wow. Send me a screenshot. Okay. And now you got one more Kerbal. Hopefully this is the right direction. That's not it either. That's the airlock. All right, there are 3 crew in there. Just send me screenshots. Oh, wow. That's absolutely massive. Wow. That's gonna mess up the railway. All right, I need to make a save. What number am I on? 29. MAV undocked. Let's actually turn the lights off in here. What's my perigee? At an altitude of 185.2. All right, so it's in an hour. All right, we are 500 meters away, so we're cleared to burn. Uh-oh. Why are these tanks full? Oh, wow. Okay, we may have to do a little bit of save editing here because something got goofed up with the lander, I think. Nice. How did propellant just manifest? That's weird. All right. We are back in the low orbit here. Let's switch focus to the other vessel, though. because we need to circularize at apogee. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. I was envisioning just like a huge chunk missing. Is my face cam stuck again? Yep. I am fed up with this. Why is everything breaking? Maneuver planner, circularize. Yeah, I unplugged and replugged the camera again. I just don't want to have to keep doing that. But I can't figure out why. We are significantly far away from the lander for nuclear engine ignition. RCS off. And I may need to do a little bit of save editing, because I don't know why it decides that that lander needs to be full on fuel. My cam's still working. I don't know why it decided that, but it decided that. Oh, I still need that for deorbit. All right, let's save here. Save game. No, load save. 30. Save game. 31. All right, now I'm going to try and set up this deorbit node with trajectories. I don't know how well it will work. Execute next note. And my music broke again. Seems like my music and my webcam break at the same time. Okay, music's back. We have the deorbit in progress. Alright, I'm going to try and attempt to land this. I may crash, just stating that for the record. Undock the transfer stage. Mars impactor crude. Yeah, we'll see. Hopefully not, but there is always a chance. Heat shield has been inflated. Alright, we're starting to get some plasma. Yeah. Yeah, the only thing I don't like about this lander is the lack of an abort system. I mean, it's Mars, like, it's kind of like Earth entry. There's the rover. We are actually pretty much right on target. I'm surprised. Oh, I got ads. I will pause. Camera still working? Yeah. I really wish my computer wasn't so janky. Because it just is. It's just really janky. I think they're almost finished. I wish there was an easy way to tell exactly when they finish. They are almost done here, I think. I'll give it another like 15 seconds here and then I'll resume. Just want to make sure that we're out of ads before resuming, because the landing could get pretty interesting. All right, I think we're done now. All right, we are just waiting for the parachutes to go green. Parachutes are out. There they go. Heat shield's gone. Landing info. All right. I'm going to save here. 32. There went the heat shield. Yep. We need to start burning sooner. Let's start burning at 1,000 instead of 500. Yeah, the heat shield jettison is very violent. Yeah. I need to start braking sooner, I think. We'll start braking at 1,000 meters instead of 500. Actually, we'll start at 1,000 or 1,500. Okay, there's still too much fuel in it. Let's start burning at 2,000. I had this landing dialed in. Wow. Yeah, that's suboptimal. I don't know why it's doing this. Yeah, I've noticed that. Like, the other day when I was on, there was a huge one. You just had a huge one. Why is it spawning so many wedges? 2,000. Ignition? That could be. No, 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 no. That was so close. Yeah. All right, so we start burning at 2,000. Actually, I'm going to start burning immediately. As soon as it loads in. I mean, Obsidian's up to like, what, 430 something? 460? .484. That should be able to handle pretty much any super wedge that it can throw at us. Yeah. I want to get this landing perfect. So I need to start burning immediately at 2500. And then keep the throttle at full. Okay. Yeah. No, 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 no. No, I want those to go in. I think we got it this time. We are on the ground. Beautiful. Whew. Okay. I should make a save. Save game. No, we want RCS off. Shut down engine. Shut down engine. Save game. Or load save. I think it's gonna be 33. Save game. MEV landed. The rover is only 45 kilometers away. All right, we are on the ground. I am very happy with that. That's actually the first time that I've been able to land a crew on Mars on like a legit mission. I want the rover, not the rover debris. There we go. Set as target. Rover autopilot. To target. Why are we driving in circles? Right. Target is 44 kilometers away. Is there any bad terrain between here and there? No. It's just flat, wide open terrain. 43 kilometers. Do I have better time warp installed on this? I don't know. I want to drive faster. Yeah, that's faster. Twice as fast, in fact. So this rover is uncrewed right now, and it just is autonomously driving to the lander where the crew is. Yeah, it had to drive 45 kilometers. How much time is that? Like in 45 kilometers, 19 meters a second. I can't do math. 19 meters a second. 19 meters per second. That's 68 kilometers an hour. It had to drive, let's say 50 kilometers. About 3/4 hours. Not bad at all. Since I'm time accelerating, it'll take about 10 minutes in game. Oh, we got a bot. Can you deal with the bot? Thank you. They're adapting. They have other bot sites now. Why am I going to be doing a lot of dimensional? Oh, yeah, like units and stuff, yeah. See, like, if I have a calculator and stuff, it's fine. I just, like, my head isn't braining tonight. Right, this is like a little hill thing. I'm gonna have to be careful of that. Yeah, I'm actually working on a chemistry mod for Minecraft with a friend. I'm pretty excited for it. It should be a lot of fun. It's trying to be as realistic as possible with chemistry is the intent. Not ammonia bombs, but ammonia, probably. Um, I actually haven't figured out what to use the chemistry for. I just have figured out, like, I want to be able to make chemistry. Um, but yeah, I don't know, like, what exactly the uses of the chemistry will be. We will need chlorine because that's a reagent in a lot of syntheses. Well, some syntheses. Specifically a synthesis that I want to implement. Yeah. I mean, ammonia will definitely be implemented. I don't know. So like the way we're doing it, each thing that you want to be able to make would need a recipe. So like the things that are recipes, I don't know. I have to see what I'm saying. Like I would have to say like, oh, I want to be able to make X thing, and then I would add the recipes for it. So I don't know what the scope will be yet. It's still. I'm also trying to watch out for scope creep because if I get too many ideas, then scope creep will happen and the mod will never get done. Also, this rover looks like a pancake. Five kilometers to go. Uh-oh, this might break things. I forgot it loads in vessels when you're 2 kilometers away. Oh, please don't break, please don't break, please don't break. It's either going to be fine or it's going to launch my rover into the air or the rover's going to explode. It was fine. I was not expecting that. It is KSP. All right, we're a kilometer out, so we're going to slow down to 5 meters a second. Put on the brakes. Brakes on. Okay. There we are. Now let's unset target. I'm going to make another save. Now that the rover is here. Load save. Okay, so save game 34. All right. It is time for the first EVA on Mars. Hatch is blocked. Frick you. I'm going to have to do it lousy way. Oh, I can walk to the hatch like I'm going out. And then... yeah. EVA. Now, make sure we can jump back up. Yep. There we are. Woo! We're going to get everybody out in front of the lander and then take a screenshot. Right, the scientist is the next one out. Okay, we can get back up. Come on, get in a line. Can we climb this landing gear? I don't know. I'm afraid I might break it. What happens if we jump up inside the engine? I made a save, so. Ow. You can't jump up into the engine bell, unfortunately. Oh, I need to plant a flag. Plant flag. That's a screenshot. Come on, snipping tool. Don't ruin this screenshot for me. Snipping tool. There we go. Pictures. Save. Let's get a few more angles. Let's also get this angle. And of course, it's got the taskbar in it. Did the other one that I captured have the taskbar in it? No. Snipping tool. We'll just give it a 3-second delay. Save. All right. Yeah, that was cool. Yeah, you saw. I know there are limling jump scares. All right. Let's go ahead and get them transferred into the rover. You are what? You are. Are you the scientist? Who's the scientist? Or who's the? You're the scientist. You're the. You're the. You're the engineer. Okay. The engineer should be the first one into the rover. Is there a way to sprint in KSP? I'm assuming no, because that would be too useful. And yes, you did see a limling, or you might have seen a limling. I cannot confirm or deny that there was a limling. Oh. Ah, nice. That's so much better. All right. Let's focus on the rover. I had it. Focus rover. Let's see. Let's go into the rover and see. Will it be good, or will the rover be like full of some weird mold of some kind? Because it's already been here for 2 years, 3 years at this point. Yeah. Well, we're inside. Doesn't look like there's weird mold. Let's check all the compartments. Yeah, they turned me into a rover, real. So far, there's no weird mold. All right. Pilot's room is the only one left. It looks good. And let's get some lights on. Right, you're the pilot, so you'll come next. That's not the pilot's compartment. Which compartment do we want? Do we want to put... Let's put the other two in the same compartment. Like maybe in here. Or should we put them... Where should we put the other two pilots? It's got to be a room with 2 seats. Definitely not in there. That's storage. Okay, so this is the only other room. So either these seats or these seats. I feel like the commander would be up here. No, because then the scientist... We'll put the... Yeah, we'll put them in here. I'm gonna try the other airlock this time. Speaking of creeper, I need to AFK the mob farm again. Maybe I'll do that after stream tonight. Or not the mob farm, the thank you. The mob switch. All right. We have 3 crew secured in the rover. Where should we drive? I'm not gonna drive too far. In fact, I might not even drive at all. I might just time warp. Or I might drive to the rim of one of these craters. Actually, you know what? I have poles now. Yeah, that's kind of what I'm thinking. It's the 9-meter hab module, so I wanted a decently big, nice. Actually, I have poles now, so how do I create a pole? Manage pole. Welcome in. Yes, I do have channel points. Taco finally was pestering me to set it up, so I finally set it up. It goes good. I actually just landed on Mars for the first time, so that was exciting. That went very well. Let's see, has anybody voted yet? Yes, we have 1 vote for yes. Not in Kerbal Space Program. I've been in Orbiter Spaceflight Simulator, which is more of a realistic sim. But I've always tried to design a Mars mission in Kerbal Space Program, and then it breaks, or the game just gets all janky, or something happens. This is actually my best Mars lander. Yes, you can. Okay, it looks like yes is gonna win. Locked in on school. Yeah, that's fair. So yeah, this is my rover. Um, it landed here 2 years before the crew did, on a separate launch vehicle, separate landing, and then the crew just landed here today. This lander, the upper half is a fuel tank, and then you've got the crew cabin below it. Let's see. All right, yes is gonna win. Yeah. All right. So let's pick an EVA site. Well, we hope that the crew all doesn't just die. That would be suboptimal. Yeah, yes, definitely one. All right. Yeah, we don't want the crew to all die. Um, if it does, I guess I load a save before the crew all died. All right, I've got 3 possible EVA sites: this rim, and this rim. Let's go here. Rover autopilot. Waypoints. EVA. So EVA is basically like going outside of the spacecraft and either working outside or like doing, since we're on a surface, doing like, science stuff, that kind of thing. So you obviously pick, interesting places to go and do that. Let's go right there. Move, add waypoint. This waypoint system is very janky. It's too far. Does not want to, there we go, that should be good. Remove waypoint. This is true. You also don't have to worry about floating away from the thing you're working on. All right, 83 kilometers. I'm going to speed this rover up. And make it go 20 meters a second instead of 10. All right, so it's saying it's going to be about an hour of in-game driving, so time accelerating, that'll be about 15 minutes. And let's go view. Ah! Why did that make it go crazy? This rover is known to bug out and crash. Hopefully it doesn't do that this time. So yeah, actually, you weren't here for the pre-mission planning. Do I have any screenshots of the vehicle? Is this one? This is the vehicle that the rover arrived on. I don't think I have any screenshots of the spacecraft that the crew flies in on, unfortunately. Actually, you know what? I can. Let's stop this. Put on the brakes, just so that this doesn't glitch out, and then I will switch to the orbiter for a minute and show you that. Once it loads. Is my computer broken again? Yep, face cam's broken again. And my music's broken again. Of course it is. Okay, webcam is fixed. Music's fixed. Okay. If my music breaks, please tell me that, because I get locked in and I don't hear it. So yeah, this is the vehicle that the crew gets to Mars on. Got a big nuclear stage here, and then like a habitation section. And that'll just wait in orbit for a year while they're on the ground. All right, we can resume driving now. All right, it says an hour, 10 minutes. We're going 4 times speed, so 70, 35, about 17 minutes. It also looks like we're going to be getting into ads here in a minute, unfortunately, so I guess since it's just driving, I can keep going. Oh, there is a ravine to cross. Hopefully that doesn't get interesting. Sometimes when you try and cross a ravine in this rover, it like glitches out and launches itself into the air. This game is very buggy. At least OBS hasn't crashed today. I shouldn't say that. I did not say anything about OBS. Where's my water? Guess I gotta open a new water. Alright, I don't think we're going to get launched high into the air. Hopefully. I am going to drop out of time warp for this, because we're about to go up a mountain. Okay, we can go back to time warping until we get to the top of this mountain. I think this is... Oh, that's the ads. I'm not going to pause this time because we're just driving. Speed's coming back up here. .51 kilometers to go. Where is the Earth? I don't know. Alright, so I need to figure out my departure geometry. I think the best geometry would be burn to get into a highly elliptical orbit, use the maneuver planner to figure out what longitude of ascending node I want, change the longitude of ascending node at apogee, then at perigee again, finish the departure burn. That's probably the best move. I don't have to worry about it for a year, but, well, a year in game. A year, 54 days. Ads done yet? I think they're done. Okay, camera is still working. I think when the camera and music break, they break at the same time. That's my theory. And I am not sure why. Okay, we're speeding up a little bit now that we're on more level ground. Oh yeah, we're speeding up now. We are almost 50 kilometers from home. Well, the ascent vehicle. I'm also trying to figure out what my mission cadence needs to be. I'm thinking every 4 to 6 years we would have a crewed landing. It just depends on when the crew gets back, I guess. Actually, let me look at the transfer window planner. Initial orbit. $30. That's the next Mars transfer window. All right, so shortly after Serenity departs Mars for Earth, we will need to launch Rover 2 towards Mars. Interesting. Yeah, that's right, because that'll be 2 years after this window. Yeah. Yeah. All right, we should be to our EVA station in about 5 minutes. Also, it's very good that the rover was not full of weird green mold after being here for 2 years before the crew got here. That would actually be something you'd have to consider if you were planning a real mission. Like, how are you sure that the hardware that you landed on Mars 2 years ahead of the crew will still be in good shape when the crew gets there? I guess you can, like, have monitoring instruments and stuff. Okay, OBS is... Yeah, OBS is still working. Okay, nothing's breaking yet. I don't think. Looks like we're going up in an incline a little bit again. That's why we're going slower. 17 kilometers to go. When do we need to be off the surface? Alright, over to launch. Yeah, in a year, 100 days. So that would be, yeah, 2 years after Serenity departed Earth for Mars. Or whatever, the 2 years and whatever months the Hohmann window interval. Ten kilometers. Let's manually drive this direction for a little bit. I want to get like right on the edge of that little outcrop there. What's the altitude in... Wait. I wonder, could we land a mission in the Olympus Mons? That's probably way too high in the atmosphere for my lander. We could put something maybe here. No, I'm already scouting sites for my next mission. just finish the mission and yeah, the Olympus Mons crater. It would be yeah, that sounds scary. Um, I don't think the lander has the performance to get in there. It's too high. I could try and land something at like uh, Curiosity or Perseverance's landing site. All right. We are almost there. Yeah, it's pretty crazy tall. I should save and drive off. I'm definitely gonna save because KSP is janky. $34, $35. All right, I just saved. You want me to drive off, huh? All right, we're driving off. Here's the edge. Oh, that. Oh, this is true. So that's what happens if you save and then drive off. Almost landed it. Yeah, real. Load save. So true. Yeah, real. Yeah, Slater Hill be like, all All right, let's say, how many days should we spend here? I kind of want to also go over here. Let's spend 180 days here. Oh, we'll also extend this. I am going to do a little EVA here. Oh, the floor is not level. What can I climb? Ghost vessel? Climbing on solid air, yes. That is KSP game mechanics for you. Very well made game. No, no, not janky at all. Whoever said KSP was janky? Thank you for telling me the sprint keybind. You've learned you like watching horror games, not playing them. Yeah, real. Yeah, the drive went good. No, the rover didn't explode, so that was good. Sometimes it does. Very well made game. So yeah, we are looking out over one of the largest canyon systems in the solar system. We can go to map view. You can really get a idea for the extent of this canyon system. Yeah, it's certainly one of the most just visually impressive uh, canyon systems. Let's see. Let's collect some science. Who's my scientist? Not the rower. Not you. You. You're my scientist. EVA report. Take surface sample. Okay, that's good. All right. So yeah, now we will go back into the rover and time warp for 180 days. You're the commander, right? Sounds good. See you. Yeah, I hope so as well. Thanks for stopping by. All right, we will go back in here. I'm obviously not doing every single EVA because you would do dozens of them over the half a year that you're parked here. But I have finite time. All right, you're the scientist. So we will send you back inside next. All right. You also can go in here. Yeah, I think 3 crew, which is what I have on this mission, is kind of the minimum for a Mars mission. I did 3 I wanted to do 6, but that would have made everything so much heavier. All right, now we will time warp for 180 days. All right, I'm going to stop time warping there because we now have another drive to another site. Where do we want to go this time? Rover autopilot waypoints. I want to go here. Alright, we're driving again. Hopefully nobody crashes. Oh, music died. Did my face cam die? Nope. Thank you. It is very weird. Spotify does not say that my music died. It still says it's playing, but it's not playing. Eventually, one day, someday, we'll get all the technical issues worked out. Maybe. This is some rough terrain. Seems to handle it pretty easily, though. Hold on. Is it glitching again? No. Okay, it's just that menu. I thought the chat was somehow overlaid on my webcam. Weird. Obviously, on a real mission, you would have many more EVA sites than this, but I can't be bothered to drive to another EVA site this frequently. We're about 85 kilometers away from the lander. 6.5 kilometers to go. Oh. It's not actually driving me to a waypoint. It's just like... Great. I don't know actually how far I am. Nice. I might get on after stream. I don't know how late you'll be on. Actually, I might... I'd have to reboot my computer. Hmm. I was considering playing Minecraft for like the last hour or so of stream, but I'd have to reboot my computer to do it. Which I guess would be possible. I don't know, I might. Let me... Actually, I have polls! Alright. Ooh, it is tied. Alright, let's... I probably could. I should try. The problem is he uses life support mods, and I don't. So, like, no matter what I do, it's still not going to be as impressive. Unless I did, like, a crude Jupiter flyby with Apollo hardware. I'll have to think about that. Apollo Venus landing mission. Are you trying to kill my crew? Let's drive a little bit further. Oh, absolutely. I mean, the delta V requirements to get into orbit from the surface of Venus is comparable to Earth because of mass. And you have just so much atmosphere that you're fighting against. Even with nuclear engines, it would be just an absolutely ridiculous size lander. That's assuming you could even figure out how to do it without, like, you know, melting or being crushed by the acid atmosphere. Oh, somebody voted yes. Somebody else voted yes. All right, guess Minecraft for the last hour of stream. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Now you are experiencing the imagine storm chasing on Venus. I think the sulfuric acid would get you first. All right, I'm gonna have to figure out how to reboot then. That was closer than I like. That's as level as I think we're gonna get. All right. All right. You're gonna have to help me. Let's see. You have 58 points. Let's start with Creeper. Okay. So it's got the right amount of health. It is a hostile mob. But I need something that's a later version and taller. What about a drowned? Okay. So undead is correct. But it's an earlier version. What about a zombie? That's also pre-alpha. Zombie villager? Okay. Yeah, like when the villager gets attacked by a zombie. Okay, so a later version than 1.4.2. 20 health, height, basically 2 blocks, hostile, and it's undead. Oh, that was a guess. What other things? What other hostile mobs have 20 health, are undead, and we know it's a light level spawn in some way. Can't be a piglin brute because he has too much health. Enderman doesn't have 20 health. Yeah. Um, let's see. What other things? It was before 1.13. So it's been in the game for a while. Husk, that's a good idea. 1.10. Hey! Okay, now block. Let's start with block of netherite. Okay, so it stacks to 64. Introduced before 1.16. Okay. Dirt. Okay, that's a good clue. It was in pre-alpha. What about logs? Oh, I missed this. Full block. It's not a full block. And it is flammable. Slab? No, that wasn't introduced yet. What about a fence? No, it's got to be in pre-alpha. Grass. Grass is not flammable. Yeah, grass is a full block and it's not flammable. What other... Okay, what not full blocks were in pre-alpha? Carpet, maybe? Nope, carpets weren't in... Not as in the block. Oh. Not, it wasn't introduced in pre-alpha. Beta 1.6. That was a good guess, though. Let's see if the other stuff is right. Okay, it does have 0 blast resistance and hardness. That was a good guess. But you don't mine it with any of these tools. It does stack to 64. Axe, shovel, pickaxe. Wait, what about wheat? Oh, that's almost it. Okay, Whew. Any other ideas? Because it's got a blast resistance of 0, and it was in pre-alpha. Flowers. There it was. Nice. All right. Item is the hardest one, usually. Let's try just a pickaxe. No, almost nothing. It's not in pre-alpha. Let's try iron ingot. No, that was in pre-alpha. Let's try golden carrot. Okay, so it's renewable. You cannot craft it. Oh, thank you. Is my webcam broken? No. I do not know why it is doing that. It is so annoying. Now Spotify is just broken. Spotify says no. Okay. Later than 1.4.2. It's common, stacks to 64. It is renewable, and you can't craft it. I think that's key. What about a bell? Is that not in here? Oh, that's a block. Yeah, that isn't much. Let's see. It's in one of these creative inventory categories. Let's try redstone. Netherite? Okay, I'm just like throwing stuff at the wall here. Not craftable, not craftable. Obtained from villager trading. Or obtained from loot. What about what about a bone? Okay, so it's in this category. Ingredients, renewable, not craftable. What about bamboo? That's not an item. For one more guess, I can get a hint. Let's try rotten flesh. 1.8. Now we can look up that. Minecraft 1.8. I just want 1.8. Okay, that's important. Prismarine crystals. I bet it's that, because that's. It's this one. Prismarine crystals. No, go away. I don't want that. No, go away. All right. Last one. What all can we craft from this stuff? We can craft blue dye. Disc. Planks. White dye. Good, good. Bone blocks. Sand. Sandstone. Deep slate. What can you make with sugar cane? Paper. What's the 10th one? Deep slate slabs. I already did that. Did I already use stairs? Yeah. What am I missing? There's no crafting recipe like that. No. I already made blue dye. Sand you can't make into anything. Oh, sugar. There we go. All right. Yep, that's what that channel point theme does. All right. Back to the KSP of KSPs here. Let's make a save. 35, 36. Okay, save is made. Let's. Oh, that is really unlevel. I forgot to deploy all of the stuff. Ugh, that would be so cursed. It would have some lift capacity, that's for sure. Is that a microwave? Caution, water is hot. I can't read that. Yeah, other than blow up real. This is true, this is true. I always go up that one. We're gonna go up this one. Oh, I went out the same one again. That's a pretty cool view. Alright, time to go back inside. After I get them back inside, I will switch over to Minecraft. Oh, we got ads again. Actually, this is perfect. I will be right back. All right, I have returned. Back to that. Okay. Is this the right? Yeah. I'm gonna get the crew back into the rover, and then I will reboot and switch over to Minecraft. Welcome in. It is going good. Successfully landed on Mars on like the 4th attempt. Yeah. This is obviously not the lander. Nah, you're good. Um, I'm doing good. It's Wednesday tomorrow. I'm not happy about that, but other than that, yeah. It's pretty good. Got dinner with a friend tonight. We talked about computer stuff, so that was fun. Yeah, Wednesday is the Wednesday is the problem. Yeah, I'll survive. It's just a Wednesday, and then it's not Wednesday anymore. All right. What save was that number? 36. 36, station 2. Yeah, I wish. Okay, add an alarm in 180 days. Now we time warp. I got up, I went to class, I came back. I watched some YouTube. I ate dinner. Yeah, this is true. Yeah, and then I started stream. So every day except Wednesday can be pretty chill if I don't have a lot of homework to do. If I spun that fast in real life, it would tear itself apart because of centripetal force, which should be possibly less than ideal. Sure. Actually, I can work on tunneling that out when I switch over to Minecraft. Um, yeah, I think I am going to reboot now because I have to reboot into Linux to get Minecraft. Let me get some stuff here squared away really quick because I need to. Where is the setting? Channel. Ah, there it is. KSP. All right. So I'm gonna have to reboot my computer. So that will take like, I don't know, 2-3 minutes maybe. I don't think Twitch kicks everyone off when I end stream, because I'm gonna have to end stream and then restart it on the other machine. Let me make sure this is saved. Quit to main menu. Yes, that is a good idea. I actually will get some water right now. All right. Do 10 push-ups. Heck no. Heck no. All right. I don't want to end stream until the last possible minute. Come on, end. There we go. All right. Yeah, I am gonna have to end stream and then restart it in just a minute. So